crack on.
What, on YouTube? You might have to go out and go back in again.
I'm live.
Number 4 live. Have you got her back on? Yeah, she's back now. She's back. Yeah, she's back over and then. Yeah, I've got number 4 live.
I'm back again.
It's going to kick you out again, yeah? What do you reckon it could be?
Trying a different angle.
Yeah, I can see both. I will, yeah.
Okay. Somebody missed question 3. Question 3 was, which number is represented by MDLV in Roman numerals? MDLV. And question 4 was, which word means both a catastrophe and an Italian wine bottle in a basket? And question 5, which is the only vowel not found on the top row of a keyboard? Which is the only vowel not found on the top row of a keyboard? Okay, I'm hoping everybody got all 5 of those questions. Moving on to geography. Which country has the international car registration letter A? Which country has the international car registration letter A? Okay, so geography. Question 2. The University of East Anglia is in which English city? The University of East Anglia is in which English city? Question 3. Which country with a landmass of 9.6 million square miles has just one time zone? Which country with a landmass of 9.6 million square miles has just one time zone? Okay, question 4, listen carefully. Chomolunga and Sagarmatha are alternative names for what? Chomolunga and Sagarmatha are alternative names for what? And your last geography question, which river runs through Oxford? Which river runs through Oxford? Okay, that's your first 10 questions. A couple of minutes, then we'll go through the answers. Live chat me if you need anything repeating. Okay, here come the answers. General knowledge. In which year was the smoking ban introduced? That was 2007. The pens have just asked me to repeat question 4. Which word means both a catastrophe and an Italian wine bottle in a straw basket? You haven't got long to answer that because I'm doing the answers now. So the answer to question 1 was 2007. The answer to question 2, in which year did the Earth's population reach 1 billion? That was 1804. Which number is represented by MDLV? That's 1555. The word which means both a catastrophe and an Italian wine bottle is a fiasco. And the only vowel not on the top row of the keyboard is A. Moving on to your geography answers. The car registration letter A is for Austria. The University of East Anglia is in Norwich. The country with just one time zone is China. Chomolunga and Sagarmatha are alternative names for Everest. And the River Thames runs through Oxford. Okay, so live chat me your scores so far, or WhatsApp me if you want. Oh, the Downs have got 6 out of 10. Good score, Alex. The Salters and Scots have got 5. The Goddens have got 3. The Clarks have got 3. The Wildings have got 6. So the Downs and the Wildings are in the lead. Just waiting for one more score to come in, I think. Oh, the McLeishes have got 7. And the Apans have got 5. The Gentlemen's have got 5. Oh, the Pens have got 8. Well done, Pens. Okay, coming up with your sports round next. Question 1. Which race has a fastest win time of 8 minutes and 47 seconds? Which race has a fastest win time of 8 minutes and 47 seconds? Question 2. In athletics, what is the last event in a decathlon? In athletics, what is the last event in a decathlon? Question 3. What is the highest possible score in 10-pin bowling? What is the highest possible score in 10-pin bowling? Question 4. In which sport does the runner in lane 5 always wear an orange? In which sport does the runner in lane 5 always wear orange? And finally, question 5. What is the official weight for a haggis in haggis throwing competitions? What is the official weight for a haggis in haggis throwing competitions? I have got it in both metric and imperial weights. Okay, so we're moving on to the history round. Question 1 in history. And if you were listening earlier, this probably, I write these different days, so sometimes the same question's in there twice. The first 10-yearly census was held in Britain in 1801. What was the population to the nearest million? Whoops. I'll move swiftly on to question 2. During which decade did hole-in-the-wall cash machines first appear in Britain? During which decade did hole-in-the-wall cash machines first appear in Britain? Question 3. Which explorer sailed in the Nina Pinta and Santa Maria? Which explorer sailed in the Nina Pinta and Santa Maria? Which explorer sailed in the Nina Pinta and Santa Maria? Question 4 is multiple choice. How many people were killed in the Great Fire of London? Was it 6, 6,000 or 6 million? How many people were killed in the Great Fire of London? 6, 6,000 or 6 million? I can hear Evan chatting. And finally, question 5. How old was the Queen on her accession to the throne? That's the Queen now. How old was the Queen on her accession to the throne? Okay, live chat me or message me if you'd like anything repeating from sports or history. Question 1 on the history round. The first 10-yearly census was held in Britain in 1801. What was the population of the nearest million? Question 1 from the sport round for the Salters. Which race has a fastest win time of 8 minutes and 47 seconds? Okay, I'm just going to get a glass of wine and then I'll do the answers. Back soon. Okay, I'm back. And I'm coming with your answers. So, for the sports round, which race has the fastest win time of 8 minutes and 47 seconds is the Grand National, and that was Mr. Frisk in 1990. The last event in a decathlon is the 1500 metres. The highest score in 10-pin bowling is 300. The orange in lane 5 is in greyhound racing. And the official weight for a haggis is 1.5 pounds or 680 grams. History. Question 1 about the census is obviously 10 million. And the first hole-in-the-wall cash machine was in the 1960s at Barclays in Enfield in 1967. The Nina Pinta and Santa Maria were sailed by Christopher Columbus. 6 people were killed in the Great Fire of London. And the Queen was 25 on her accession to the throne. Okay, do all your scores give it me out of 20 so far, and we'll move on to the music round next. Hello to the Scots from Murray. Oh, the Whitworth Mans have got 12. The Downs have got 13. The Wildings are on 13. The McLeishes have got 12. Salters have got 11. Oh, the Gordons have got 10. Big jump. Okay, and the opponents have got 11. The Pens have got 14. Is that our highest score? Lucy Clark's got 5. Is she playing on her own? Okay, so music round. I'm going to play you some music from a famous film. Michelle, text me with your score so far. I'm going to play you music from a famous film. All I want you to do is tell me the name of the film. Everybody knows it, the music, but do you know the film? Next one, coming up now, just name the film.
I was 5 and he was 6. We rode on horses made of sticks. He wore black and I wore white. He would always win the fight. Bang, bang.
Number 3. Question 4, bit trickier. And finally, question 5. Okay, I'll play them all a little bit more. Number 1. Number 2.
I was 5 and he was 6.
Number 3. Number 4. And finally, number 5. Okay, that's your music round. I'm going to do the answers to them straight away because I've got the phone out. Okay, number 1, Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know which one. Question 2, Kill Bill. Question 3, was Avengers Infinity War? So a whole point if you got Avengers Infinity War, but if you just got Avengers, you can still have half. Number 4, that's the music from Home Alone. And number 5, that's the music from American Beauty. Okay, so keep hold of those scores and I'll move straight on to the next round, which is food and drink. So, food and drink question 1. What do the letters UHT stand for that we see on UHT milk? What does UHT stand for? Question 2. From which fruit is grenadine obtained? From what fruit is grenadine obtained? Question 3. What is a punt on a bottle of wine? What is a punt on a bottle of wine? Okay, question 4. In which South American country is the city of Fray Bentos? In which South American country is the city of Fray Bentos? We all love Fray Bentos. I'm sure you've got cupboards full. And finally, question 5. In which country was gin invented? In which country was gin invented? Just going to go through the food and drink round again because it froze for somebody. So question 1 was, what do the letters UHT stand for in UHT milk? Question 2 was, from what fruit is grenadine obtained? Question 3, what is a punt on a bottle of wine? Question 4, in which South American country is the city of Fray Bentos? And question 5, in which country was gin invented? Give you a couple of minutes, then we'll move on to film and TV. Okay, so film and TV question 1. Nicole Kidman played the character Satine in which film? Nicole Kidman played the character Satine in which film? Question 2. Edie McCready, Miss Hooley and PC Plum are all characters from which TV series? Edie McCready, Miss Hooley and PC Plum are all characters from which TV series? Question 3. What decade was cigarette advertising banned from British TV? What decade was cigarette advertising banned from British TV? Okay, I think we've got some dodgy sound this evening because people keep texting to say they can't hear. So if you've missed anything, tell me. Okay, where are we up to? Film and TV question 4. Which British film set at Christmas stars Billy Bob Thornton as the President of the USA? Which British film set at Christmas stars Billy Bob Thornton as the President of the USA? And arguably, he might do a better job. Okay, I'm just going to run through the other film and TV questions. Question 1 was Nicole Kidman played the character Satine in which film? Question 2, Edie McCready, Miss Hooley and PC Plum are all characters from which TV series? Question 3, what decade was cigarette advertising banned from British TV? Question 4, which British film set at Christmas stars Billy Bob Thornton as the President of the USA? And finally, question 5, what is the name of the vicar played by Dawn French in The Vicar of Dibley? Both names if you can, half a point if you can only get one. Okay, that's the last of the easy rounds before we move on to the numbers round. Couple of minutes and we will do the scores. The pens have asked for question 4, but not food and drink or film and TV. Which one? Okay, question 4 on film and TV was which British film set at Christmas stars Billy Bob Thornton as the President of the USA? Okay, we're going to do the answers for food and drink. So the letters UHT stand for ultra heat treated. Grenadine comes from the pomegranate. The punt on a bottle of wine is the dent in the base. Fray Bentos is in Uruguay. And gin was invented in the Netherlands. And your film and TV answers. Nicole Kidman played the character Satine in the film Moulin Rouge. Edie McCready, Miss Hooley and PC Plum are all characters in Balamory. TV advertising for cigarettes was banned in the 1960s. Billy Bob Thornton played the president in Love Actually. And the Vicar of Dibley was called Geraldine Granger. So let's have your scores out of 25 so far. Ooh, the Goddens have come in with 17 and a whoop whoop. The Man Whitworth Gills have got 21. The Pens have got 21. The Downs have got 21 and a half. The Gentlemen have got 18 and a half. Sorry, I'm just replying to a message. The Salter Scots have got 20. Okay, I've just been asked to quickly run through the answers to film and TV again. So question 1 was Moulin Rouge. Question 2 was Balamory. Question 3 was the 1960s. Question 4 was Love Actually. And question 5 was Geraldine Granger. More scores. The Andiopans are on 18. Just had another one. The Wildings are on 20. Okay. Ooh. So I think 21 and a half is our high score at the moment. Waiting for 21 and a half from the Gentlemen as well. The Clarks are on 13. Just waiting for a score from the 21 from the McLeishes. I've never had so many messages as tonight. Okay, so we're moving on to the numbers round. Oh, hang on a minute. Somebody wants the food answers as well. Very quick food answers. UHT stands for ultra heat treated. Grenadine comes from the pomegranate. Question 3, a punt is the dent on the base of the wine bottle. Question 4, Uruguay. And question 5, the Netherlands. Okay, so moving on to the numbers round. Question number 1, which has one answer. What drink was promoted by Britain's first electric advertising sign at Piccadilly Circus in 1909? What drink was promoted by Britain's first electric advertising sign at Piccadilly Circus in 1909? Question number 2, which has two answers. You get a point for both. Which two monarchs ruled when Shakespeare was alive? Which two monarchs ruled when Shakespeare was alive? Question 3 with 3 answers. Rising in the Cambrian Mountains in Wales, which 3 English counties does the River Severn flow through? Rising in the Cambrian Mountains in Wales, which 3 English counties does the River Severn flow through? There's a lot of debate going on in the other room. Okay, coming up, question 4 with, you guessed it, 4 answers. Oh, my phone's just disappeared. Question number 4. Who played the 4 main roles in The Young Ones? Who played the 4 main roles in The Young Ones? And finally, on the numbers round, question number 5. What were the full names, first and last, of the 5 children who won golden tickets in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? What were the first and last names of the 5 children who won golden tickets in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? That's the end of your quiz. Okay, we'll give you 2 more minutes and maybe 90 seconds. Then I'll run through the answers for that one. 60 seconds till your answers. Okay, here come your answers. So, question 1. The drink promoted by Britain's first electronic advertising sign was Bovril. The two monarchs who ruled when Shakespeare were alive are King James I and Queen Elizabeth I. The three counties that the Severn runs through are Shropshire, Worcestershire and Gloucestershire. The young ones were played by Rick Mayall, Nigel Planer, Christopher Ryan and Ade Edmondson. And the 5 names of the children were Augustus Gloop, Veruca Salt, Violet Beauregard, Mike TV and Charlie Bucket. So half points if you only got their first name. Okay, so let's have your final scores out of 40. Yes, in the last round, you get 1 point for every answer you got right.
Could you repeat the answers to question 3? We had no idea what they were.
Okay, Lyra would like the answer for question 3. The counties that the Severn flows through: Shropshire, Worcestershire and Gloucestershire. Okay, scores we have. Stevenson, you get 1 point for every answer on the last round. So if you've got all 5 children, that's 5 points. Just checking the scores that are coming in. Oh, it's quite tight, quite close together. I think we may have a new winner tonight. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We had 11 teams tonight, I think. Could be more. Oh, 12. Missed one off there. Okay, so we have the Miles or Mileses, not sure, with 17. We had on 24 points, the Stevensons. Thank you for joining me all the way from the northeast. The Clarks on 25. On 29, the Pens, well done, and then very close together. On 30.5 points, the Whitworth Man Gills. Just checking, I think I might have had another score. So that was 30.5. On 31.5, the Gentleman Clayworths. On 32, the Salter Scots. Good score. I think the Scots may have assisted. On 32.5, the Downs family. On 33, the Wildings, last week's winners, but new to the game tonight on 33.5 points with the McLeishes. Well done. Okay, thanks for joining me through all the crashes, and same time next week. Thanks for joining me.